What's going on? Litter still pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's empty. I just emptied it. Okay, this is the things they are trying to seize. So far, we have seen no 24-hour notice requesting anything to be moved or disappeared from its current location. Hopefully they understand federal law, though, and do leave a property receipt. I am not sure if that's going to happen yet at this point, though. These are the things that are currently here. This is our protest sign. That's a bag of somebody's possessions. I am not entirely sure who, but it is out of pedestrian right-of-way. That serves a piece of plastic and looks like garbage. So I'm pretty sure it's garbage.
You're not claiming anymore?
Those are protest signs, and I would strongly suggest you be careful about how you take those, because that's, you know you're a cop. Okay, so now he's illegally seizing protest signs, but that's okay. Pablo, if they don't give a property receipt, just make sure to get badge numbers and names. And if they do, we just save all the information. Okay, that's still there. That hasn't been cleaned. It does look kind of gross, but it's whatever.
I've been handling this Occupy Portland protest since October 6th, 2011. I think you'll find that every officer that comes out here and talks to you guys is fairly well versed. I understand that you feel it's wrong. Okay. When you get a chance, go and look up the campaign point right away and all the definitions.
Yeah, we're actually handling it as a protest. There's a difference.
Eventually, sleep deprivation starts to physically start to reach into desperation. The next thing you know, they have a piece of property. They don't realize that what they do is they're feeding you in.
Good morning. Smile is great for the universe.
Also creates a profit for them when they put it in jail. You see, a study, a lobbyist came forth in front of Congress in the House, stated that if Wells Fargo is able to privatize the jail system in the United States, that they can guarantee actually 90% capacity. I don't know how the hell that they can legally promise 90% capacity of the jails in the United States if they're privatized. So,
Well, there is a third police vehicle.
The guy will lose his job.
Luke actually's been pretty polite the times I've talked to him.
Because really, if you guys use your attention,
Good morning.
I mean, even the swing of things where things are going, you're foolish. If you think you're ever gonna get a pension, you think you got more than a couple paychecks coming, you are foolish. Highly, highly illegal for all three of you guys. Highly, highly illegal.
Well, if we receive a 24-hour notice of a seizure of property and then a report, like a property receipt for seizure of property, it's no longer a crime. Then it's just taking stuff that was there. However, I haven't seen either of those pieces of paperwork so far.
So now it's theft. I'm becoming of an officer.
It's not theft. It's only petty larceny at this point.
Petty larceny. Okay.
That's taking any matter of property that's under the value of $500. I mean, honestly, anything they take is not worth more than $500.
Fair enough.
Good morning.
Second to Portland Police commit petty larceny.
I believe what he's doing is filing a property receipt, which is the legitimate protocol they do after taking things. I'm assuming that's what they're doing so far. Yeah, but so far there's been several occasions where they haven't done that, hence why all this gets recorded. That'll all be discussed and dealt with at a later date. I'm not entirely sure where 99 is, but how are you doing today, sir? Yeah, I have no idea where either of them went.
Guys, does camp here a lot of times in the morning to sleep away.
Nobody's camping. Nobody's camping.
This isn't camping, this is a political protest. Though yes, if we want to be extremely technical, it is sleep. But it is sleep under a political protest, which is protected under federal law. And it's a completely registered, this is public information that this is a protest, I believe, yes? My name is Frank. Who are you? Good to meet you, sir. I'd shake your hand, but I'm kind of busy at the moment with the brains in my head and the camera in my hand.
Oh, do I have the opinions? Yeah.
Which opinion?
That you cannot take stuff, regardless of whether they're homeless or not, without giving at least a 24-hour notice.
Do you have any idea who's this is?
That's our protest sign. That little green box right there. You've actually broke the lock and illegally seized. How many of those so far?
I don't know who this is.
And we filed complaints and contacted attorneys about all of it, and these things will be dealt with. It just takes time due to the bureaucratic legal system of this country.
How about breaking the law? And actually,
No, actually, he didn't say that. He did not say that.
Hey man, is that your stuff there?
No, sir. As I've told you multiple times, my stuff is on my back.
Hey Bernard, is this stuff down here yours?
Is that your stuff? Otherwise, it's going to be taken.
Good morning, sir. We don't mean to be in your way. We're trying to politically and politely discuss the unlawful seizure of the property that is currently taking place. That we believe that's what's going on. They believe it's not, but we haven't had a 24-hour notice of anything being taken, and so far nobody's seen a property receipt or a notice of anything being taken. I just inform everybody the exact facts, and that's all that I do.
very interesting though.
Your camera got that angle?
The National Supreme Court just ruled, and this is even more important, that when in cases of police taking illegal action against you, instead of suing the police bureau, you can actually sue the cops individually.
That hence why I told you to get names and badge numbers, which you haven't done yet, Pablo.
Speaking of which, your card, please.
Just grab a pen and paper, start writing down their badge numbers and names. It's on the chest in plain sight.
I want your card.
Is this anybody's property?
I want your card.
Okay, I'm asking you.
Identify yourself.
Anybody's property? Okay.
Now they're refusing to identify themselves to an American citizen.
Refusing to identify themselves.
Their names and badge numbers are, however, on their uniforms. Just go write them down.
They still have to give me the card. They still have to.
They do. They have to legally identify themselves because they are not members of a military unit at this point. They're members of the law enforcement of the Portland area. Sir, actually, under the United States law, you do have to identify yourself, explain that you are a law enforcement officer, and give your name and badge number. You know this because you have the job you have.
Awful lot of cops and they all get fired.
Did you get his name and badge number? Because if he just takes off, you can't acquire it. This guy might give it to us. He looks like he's a little bit more intelligent and knows the laws a bit better. Because that guy's on camera leaving, refusing to identify himself to a United States citizen, and him being a civil servant, a member of the Portland Police Bureau.
Yeah, he took
That
off
is called, what's his window number? 09054, Portland Police, license plate E241837.
Repeating, 09.
What is the time of day?
54 E241837.
Oregon yellow plates. What is the current time of day? Do you know the time of day, sir? It is 12:29 p.m. Friday, October.
12:30.
What's today's date?
Either 18th or 19th.
Alright, it's Friday, October. It's either 18th or 19th. You'll know if you're on a calendar. They refuse to give identification, so we are going to have to identify them by the vehicles they are driving at this time because they have to register into their station which vehicles they are in. We don't mean to be rude, we are just attempting to do everything completely by the book at this point. Because things that don't belong to other people other than us are being taken, and we do believe it is illegal. That's actually public information. If you would like to dig through it and learn everything it has to say, please do. It's got great information. It wasn't on newsstand, but that got illegally seized and destroyed.
Seems kind of odd.
We had a free newsstand by those free newsstands, very well built, and they decided to cut the lock and break it. But this is all information we had in there, just to give the public other people's point of views.
Cops just roll in. We don't think this is a protest, guys, so we're just gonna take your stuff.
It's legally registered as a
Ninth
protest.
Circuit opinion, not the Supreme Court. Not the Oregon Supreme Court, right?
I'm not sure.
Ninth Circuit. Well, we talked about this one. Talking about this one?
I don't know, I haven't read that book.
There is a difference between circuit law and Supreme Court law and federal law.
I know, I understand.
They all have different levels of statute. Okay, well yeah, I figured you know it, I was just saying. Because something is federal law or Supreme Court law, then it is law. And you break that law, you are fucked. However, if it's circuit law, there are ways to find loopholes and circumnavigate what the rules really say to what you want them to be.
Sounds like something cops should be doing.
That's what they do when they're smart about it, because then they can't get in trouble for doing what they want.
You know, every time you do this, we're just gonna show up with more and more people, more and more cameras.
Do you think this is Hamarai doing this?
No, I believe this is the Portland Police Bureau and you're collecting a paycheck. However, it is a personal choice to do the things you do.
Bad case of just following orders.
I do personally understand that you are just collecting a paycheck and being a human being.
Here is a business card.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Have a nice day, gentlemen.
Can you videotape those, please, so we can get
This
the...
stuff, you might want to have it get it off because it'll probably be gone by the end of the day.
All right, so it's
Well, which one of
Roger.
them? Roger, Axon.
AX.
Your sergeant? Okay, Sergeant Roger Axon.
ELM Sergeant number 30020.
And this is Officer James Crooker, number 49709, Central Precinct. They were both
You're gonna
polite
lose your
and
job.
cordial enough to actually give us the information. However, the other man refused identification.
Hey, don't worry. You'll be homeless too someday.
Yeah. This is definitely don't be an ass. The ones who are trying to be cordial about it, because the ones who aren't being cordial, it makes them look way worse. Like that guy who just drove off, he is losing his job. That was a complete violation of the law.
Don't worry, you'll be homeless too someday.
Maybe.
It could happen to everybody, we don't know. So,
I'd probably spend my job looking for a job. My time. If I was.
the
That's the difference.
Better hope you don't have a hard time finding it. Otherwise, you only got so much unemployment.
That's why I keep going to school and keep getting skills.
the sign, by the way, says "Justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Just in case they take it away, everyone ought to know that phrase. Martin Luther King Jr. Now, that pile of things right there, everything that you saw here when this first got started recording was taken. However, they did leave our trash bag, that Trader Joe bag, and our protest sign, though they did say they'd be coming back for it later. We will see. I'm not turning this off. Now the guy...
And for the record, we never got a property receipt.
No, we didn't get a property receipt, by the way.
Police rolled in here and just took shit like a bunch of fucking
Therefore, it was
vigilantes.
petty larceny. They just committed theft of property under $500 of American citizens, and it went into the trunk of the man who refused to identify himself.
Went into the trunk of a man who refused to identify himself.
And then he drove off. That tells me.
Do you know how to turn this off while saving that? Make sure that video is saved.
Of course. We'll live stream that and upload it somewhere.